final matchup here for Phase 1 of the upper bracket major playoffs. We have Divine and LittleFinchy, which is the number 2 seed, versus the Boonanaking and Star. Boonanaking is also known as Marsupial, the other 7th seed. Again, it's double elimination, upper bracket, so whoever loses moves to the lower bracket. The one is the winner, moves on to the next round, which they will play Ormy and Vernie, or Zerns in this case. I'll be co-streaming today with Carson. Carson, how are you doing today?
Good, hi. My team's the one that lost to Sipes' team.
Well, you know, we all take turns here, and, you know, we all try to make this tournament run, so, but it's alright. You guys are in the lower bracket, you'll face, oh, who am I thinking here? You guys face March Wadden and Scrub. There we go. Wow, I'm losing a huge train of thought here. Me, myself. Anyways, we have about a 30-second stream delay on here, so it'll be pretty easy to interact with chat and such. We're going to go ahead and move over into the stream. We're going to do a little pregame with the 2 teams, and then we'll go ahead and start the drafting process.
And we just got pinged. Hey, by the way, you guys want to be in a tournament? Oh, okay.
Gentlemen, how are we doing today? We are live.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty tired, pretty, nothing to say there, huh? Alright.
Tired.
Anyways, so we have both teams here. I'll just do a quick little rundown. I'll just say your guys' name, and you guys just say hello, so that way viewers can recognize people's voices. We have Divine.
What up?
We have LittleFinchy.
Hello.
We have Star.
Hola.
And then we have the Boonanaking, also as Marsupial. Marsupial, are you there?
Hear me?
Yep, there we go. Alright. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start the drafting process. As a reminder, this is a best of 3. The lower seed will start with the first band, followed by the upper seed, and then we go in for a second band for the lower seed. Afterwards, we will proceed to the first game, to which the lower seed will pick the map first, and higher seed picks the faction. So let's go ahead and do that.
Who bans first?
I think you guys do, right? Because we're higher.
No. You guys are the lower seed, so you guys ban first. So Star and Marsupial.
DM.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
Wait, what was?
So we want to ban Coruscant. Do you want me to type it out?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Coruscant.
That's fine.
We ban. we ban Bothaway.
Alright, and then Star Marsupial, you guys get another map ban.
Okay, let's ban Alderaan.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Coruscant, Bonthan, and then Alderaan. Alright, so Star and Marsupial, you guys can pick the first map.
Let's go Naboo.
Nice.
Alright, we pick Rebels.
I have a question. Have you guys been studying us?
No. Who studies other people?
You think I have that kind of time?
Are we doing the next 2, or
Say that again?
are we doing like the next 2 in the same voice chat, or no?
No, we'll just type it out.
Alright.
Too much to maneuver from that case. So, alright. So we're guys going to split you off into the channels here. Best of luck, have fun here. And we will see you in the post game.
Awesome.
You host on.
Oh.
Alright. So we'll just do a quick little run through here of the map bans. Actually, well, never mind. They already all accepted. First map ban they picked was Bonthan. I'm sorry, no, I'm memeing myself. Coruscant ban. I was following your lines right here, and you changed
I didn't
it.
have time with the first one.
You typed it pretty fast though, so. Well done. Anyways, Coruscant was the first map ban. 3v3 map. That map is interesting. I actually think it's a little bit balanced. They're probably one of the better 2v2 maps to play. I mean, what are your opinions on that, Carson?
Personally, I don't like playing the map as much with Realm, especially in our match against you. That's why we ban it, because we know it's one of your favorite maps. But I would agree that's probably one of the more balanced maps.
Yeah, it's Coruscant's a fun map to play. I mean,
more interesting is the Alderaan ban.
Yeah, Alderaan.
Because honestly, if Alderaan gets picked by somebody, then the opposing team who has the faction pick has a big advantage.
Yeah, and that's generally just due to the positioning of Empire, because the first spawn is in the middle of the base, and Rebels just have a much faster speed with Loch Ness foil, so they can just get to... Yeah, so the top start of the mine is part of the issue. Lastly, of course, they had chosen to ban... well, actually, that was the one, I'm sorry, but we skipped Alderaan, or not Alderaan, Bonthan. Alright, these guys are ready. But real quick, again, with Bonthan. Bonthan's also another balanced map, too, so they probably picked that one because they...
Bubba hates the map.
Yeah, well, that one's true. Bubba does hate Bonthan, and he's said that many times. So anyways, we will go ahead and get this started. And this game will probably sync, because the lobby's been open for a fat minute, so... Wow, just no Germans and everything's good to go here. Very slow start for Star and Marsupial. That was ugly.
So Boba's going to bop that base mine. What do you think? It's going to take one pass or two passes to kill it? That was a pretty slow start by Star.
I think one pass you might be able to kill it. If not, a pass and a half. Well, they're not even building this mine, it looks like. So I guess they elected not to do that, in which case Boba's just going to drop an X-Wing there and then prevent them from building it and then just go bottom.
And fly bot. Now remember, that strategy only works on Verney. Don't try that against anyone else.
Yeah, as you see, he's already split one off. He's pulling it up in the corner. He's just going to prevent people from watching it or building it. We have some TIE fighters over here just chilling, not doing much.
So even though Empire risks losing that base mine up here, the whole reason of building it is to keep Rebels X-Wings busy up there. Now Boba gets to go terrorize the rest of the map with his X-Wings.
Yeah, and as that, Finchy's already got over to the middle section over here. They're very slowly going to go over here and contest this bottom left mine. The Marsupial didn't bring anything in, unfortunately, so...
As far as I'm concerned, this game's already over.
Ooh, oh yeah, they're doing some damage over here. I mean, it was pretty... Marsupial using 5 TIE fighters to attack this mine. One of them is just kind of circling around here. This one's just getting bopped by the laser turret. Empire is now realizing they messed up and they didn't put anything in over here.
And the problem with not building that Empire base mine, of course, unless you're against Verney, is now Rebels has had a chance to get quite a bit of income while Empire has none. And again, Boba has pressure on the whole rest of the map. Meanwhile, between Star and Marsupial, they have, I think, 4 squadrons up here.
Yeah, they have quite a bit. I mean, Boba is pretty much, he just put all his X-Wings there because there was no need to contend.
Nothing else to do.
Exactly. No.
And look, and he got his second mine off. He had no right finishing that mine.
Yeah.
They had vision of it when it first started building.
Literally, I mean, you could say it's almost BMing at this point, so... But Marsupial is, he left the tie up in the top left. He's taking some ties down here. We have the same time tech for both teams here, but in this case...
not going to have any money. What's the credits looking like?
It's pretty pitiful right now. There is no income coming in for Empire. But, I mean, they still have 2,500 almost, so...
I see Rebels is at 5K, though? Or were? I don't know, the stream delay is screwing me.
No.
30 seconds ago, they were at almost 6K credits.
Ooh. I realized that I need to fix the names on the stream. It's overlapping on the bars up here. I will do that afterwards.
Oh, Ormy suggested that we clip that Verney comment we made earlier.
I'm okay with that. We're going to start labeling our Verney bad comments on Discord as Verney 1, Verney 2, Verney 3. So, Rebels already took upper left mine. They're building it right away. Empire finally killed bottom left mine after it's generated probably at least 3 times the amount of income per person.
And Empire still has yet to have any income all game, so they're going purely off to supply dock income.
It's pretty bad news bears when you have 2 Hans on the field and you have no Bobas on the field. That's not good. Usually Boba's the first hero. Usually you build Han to counter Boba Fett. That's primarily what you build Han for. In this case, I mean, they even got a Corvette on here. Yikes. They are building this mine right here, but this Corvette's going to come down and pop that pretty quick. Followed in with some Han Solo pressure. Han Solo's clearing up bottom left as well. Marsupial did a good thing. He split up his TIE fighters, so Han's kind of chasing him down, having to kill him, but he's still getting vision of it. Bottom right mine is now destroyed by the Corvette here. Didn't even build. Boba Fett's coming out upper right, cleared up all the X-Wings, but pretty much this entire game Rebels have had a mine. Oh, Vernie's still up right now. He's reeing.
Empire's building their base mine, but it looks like Boba's anticipating it, and he's moving up his Han.
Sure is. He should be able to get there with about at least 80% build.
Where's the other Han?
Oh, no, he's moved it to the right. It's in the nebula, or was in the nebula.
Oh, you're once a game lag. Ah, here it is. It's also going for the base mine.
So, I don't know what he just did with Boba there, but he moved it to the left, and then Boba Fett's slower than Han Solo, so he just got himself out of the range. Yeah, this is all but ogre.
Rebellion still has their base mine. Well, I mean, I know they rebuilt it, but they've always had a mine.
Positive note, Empire won the Pirates. Yikes. So we got 2 mines.
3 rebel mines.
Yeah, we have 2 built mines and 1 in production.
Empire has yet to have a fully constructed mine this game. If that base, I don't know, did that base mine finish building earlier?
Nope. I don't think
they've
it did.
yet to have any big income this game.
Oh, if it did, it was like less than 10% health, which immediately got destroyed. But I don't think it did because Han and Corvette was there, and that does pretty quick work on a building mine. They lost Pirates. Sad face, Empire. Usually at this point is when you have a little
You
concession.
think they'll try building this again? I know. I'm shocked that they haven't FF'd yet.
Yep, in production. At this point, it's...
And the Han that was stopped off the field, nice. So for those of you that don't know, you can make Han sit off the map by making him approach while something's tailing him, and then spamming the stop button.
And he just did it.
Out of view.
The fly pattern of Han Solo. Is Han off the map?
I'm surprised. Isn't Marsu an older player?
I'm pretty sure he used to do that.
I don't know how he hasn't seen that before.
He has. I don't think he just remembers. Anyway, so the explanation of that is it's a pathing. Han Solo generally likes to rotate in like a figure 8 when it's attacking a mine and going in a straight path. So when hey, you need to do hashtag will comment. What do you call it? So the pathing is because he goes in a figure 8 in a straight line. As he's folding upwards, he'll level out when you spam the stop command, and then he'll just coast out of the map.
And you can also do that when something else is tailing you. Like if a boba is tailing you, you can do that as well.
It's primarily done. They forfeited or conceded the game, if I can think. Wow, my I'm sorry, my vocabulary is pretty terrible today. But surprisingly, that didn't lag at all. Like, that was pretty awesome. But we're all pretty much primarily East Coast, I think. Finchy, Bomber, me, Carson. I think Marsupial is East Coast, and pretty sure Star, if he's not East Coast, so maybe he's one time zone off.
We don't have to rely on Laney's hamster right now. Yeah, Marsu has not seen that before.
I guarantee that he's seen it before, but years and years ago. That's something I remember doing in games against Cosmic Butts back when I was younger.
So he's questioning whether or not that's something that should be allowed. Maybe that's something we discuss another time.
I mean, there was no outlining of glitches in this case, so... Oh, give me 1 second. Let me adjust this.
Oh, and it doesn't help that Finchy, Bubba's partner, is saying it's big glitch.
There it is. We can have more discussion in that in
Right.
post game. I mean, that's technically a glitch. I have to disagree with Bomber there. It's a part of the map that you're not supposed to be on, and still units can fly outside. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Part of the map that is not a clickable area to which you should be able to send units. So technically it does qualify as a glitch, but basically
it's always been part of the meta.
Yeah.
Like all the way back, like top level players have always used that.
Yeah, I mean that's been utilized.
It's really become part of the gameplay. It's a great way to utilize almost dead Han.
I think I remember first seeing that in late 2008 when somebody did that. I remember raging against it too because I've never seen anything like it. But I mean, you just adjust, and then once you do it, it's okay. I mean, what you have to do is just kind of fly. Especially if you're fighting a Boba Fett, just fly him next to the end, just drop a bomb, and there you go.
I believe even if you stop tailing the Han, it makes it harder for him to do it. Because then Han won't be spinning up as much. He has.
Oh, he picked Dagobah? Oh.
The one time Dagobah gets played, and it's not with me in Realm.
So Dagobah, again, it's an interesting map because...
Best map.
I mean, it's a fun map for a 2v2 because you're almost always guaranteed at least one mine, if not two, because it's hard to be in multiple areas in the map. Bottom left and upper right-hand corner of the mines all have 3 turrets, so it's incredibly hard to just take something and attack it because you have to kind of commit. So that's why it leaves it open, again, with the 6 mines on the map. So this is one of the few maps that you actually see frigates pop out on a lot. So instead of just spamming heroes and corvettes, you get frigates as well. So that's, honestly, makes it a little bit more fun in my opinion.
The other thing interesting about this map is that the enemy's base mine is the closest mine to your actual station.
That is very true as well. So low seed pick Rebels on this map. And again, I was going to mention something on here. So with Rebels, it's, I guess undiscovered for lack of a better word. You could win this map as Rebels 100%, but for the most part, and most teams and most people, they don't play Rebels because it's a meta that's really kind of undiscovered for them themselves. It's not an undiscovered meta per se, but for them, they don't really know what it is. And playing Empire is a lot less punishing on this map, in my opinion. And Carson, since this is one of your favorite maps, what is your comment on that?
Realm and I, I'll ready up and I'll talk. Realm and I prefer to play Rebels on this map, but I think it's just because we have a lot of practice with Rebels on this map. We always sit the same seats, we always start the same way, and I think, again, like you said, it's a map that's really underplayed. So having any sort of practice on it really helps. And as you said, it's also a big map, so there's lots of room to do different things. The big thing that I like about Rebels is that Rebels can easily get 2 turrets bot side before Empire can even reach. Meanwhile, they can still contest the top side and bop a turret if it starts building. So to me, it almost feels kind of like Coruscant.
Hey, wait, we got Laney commenting right now. I thought you were asleep, homie. What you doing? Ooh, this game synced.
Laney felt a disturbance in the force and had to come correct us on the glitch. Oh no, he heard us talk about his hamster.
Yeah, his hamster, his German engineered lag.
His hamster had a stroke in the middle of the night and it started wheezing and woke him up. I agree with Ormy. Ormy thinks that this map is a little bit more rebel-sided.
Yeah, you know how to play it though, because the only reason I would say why is because Rebels can get to the turrets quicker than Empire can get to them per se. I mean, without a tie ladder, of course. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and try this again.
It's a very fun map. It's a lot of moving around.
I'm pretty sure I realized that I had the icons wrong last game too. So hamster is asleep now. No worries. It's powering up for tomorrow, Laney. So again, a very weak start by Rebels. Empire, very smooth start here.
I gotta point out that his direction is taking him to this turret.
Yeah.
That's gonna let Empire. I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Yeah,
Empire,
no.
If the tie ladder is gonna get in there before they have it captured because it's a slightly longer distance.
Yeah, pathing wise, you definitely want to fly down to there, because then you can fly in one. So bomber's flying in, quote unquote, a bomber. He's going to attack the base mine while it's in production.
Oh, he got the turret though.
And as you said, oh no, actually no, that was Marsupial. Oh, we're actually not following the color formation.
So that's fine. Another interesting thing about this map is the way units warp in is kind of opposite of what you would think. As you can see, even though Empire is on the right side of the map, their units, Finchy's at least, warp in from the left side.
Right. And Bomber went ahead and he destroyed the bomber there. So one thing that Bomber did is he immediately purchased the bomber right off the get-go, and then he started building in TIE fighters, because all he wanted to do was go up here and contest this turret. Or the other one that they were coming into. But to be honest, usually you should have another TIE fighter in by that time, so it's actually pretty smart building a bomber for Empire off the get-go. Rebels have one bottom left.
I want to make a comment on top right, though. Get the camera up there.
Yeah.
One thing to always make sure of, and this is something I have to really work on myself, is that whenever you have a map with multiple turrets, Boba immediately, as soon as his turret was done, started aggroing the other one, but it took them a little longer to aggro his turret.
That is true. Rebels came in hard here, and they attacked the turrets up in the upper right-hand corner. So they killed that. That was a good job. However, I'm a little concerned now, because there's a lot of X-Wings on the field, and there's no tech. And by concern, I meant concern for the rebellion.
And they're really slow building this. This mine just finished.
Yeah, that's incredibly slow, and that was actually one of the first mines that they went to at the beginning of the game.
Meanwhile, they still haven't contested Empire's base mine.
Empire has 2 mines, and Rebel just got their first one, really. See, the other thing is, too, is once they build that bomber, and now he's sending it in right now, he's going to go check. And that would be really terrible if he built that right as he's coming in.
I think it's going to happen. Oh, no, they got vision.
Nope, alright.
Is he going to get punished for those bombers, though?
And Boba Fett cleared to upper right and bottom left. And Bomber immediately builds a mine in the upper right. So they did kill the TIE bomber, which is alright. But they prevented them from getting that mine.
Right. And now the only income that Rebels have is top left. So you can already see the Boba's moving over.
Bubba's moving over. Should follow in with a Tartan to help clear that out as quickly as possible. I mean, they might even drop an Acclimator up there, to be quite honest.
Predicting a Tartan.
So bottom left is neutralized. Nobody has it, but there's a turret there, and Empire just says, the heck with it, I'm just going to go
Yeah, they're
elsewhere.
just going to keep vision. That's all they have to do is keep vision because they have enough pressure on the rest of the map. They already have top right with a turret. They have bot right. The only thing Rebel can do is just try to rebuild their baseline, which they'll just pop again. No scouts on the field by Empire yet, though. But they don't need it.
No, it's kind of interesting. And moving up over here, we have this singular X-Wing squadron just taking its time with that mine over there. Another
Boba
Tartan.
has a Tartan
Yeah.
ready to kill that base mine if it tries to build.
I think Boba may be going in a little too hard there with his trying to preempt stuff. Rebels eventually one bottom left here. They dropped into A-Wing and Han. Boba Fett is lingering over here. He's going to swing over to the left. I think they're trying to bait them to buy it. And now Boba just does the Tartan in the upper left-hand mine there.
So normally when Realm and I play this map, usually the Empire player doesn't commit as hard down here because Rebel wins that pretty hard. They usually fight the top side harder. So usually I take my fighters and then go right to the Empire base mine, but they've had nothing contest that base mine this whole game.
Oh, that was just a rough go of things. They built the mine, Boba Fett came in, nuked all of the fighters, and killed the mine too. And the Acclimator wasn't even needed. I mean, it is...
The game's beyond over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Big Boy Ogre. I mean, they'll kill that Han, but... Yeah. That's,
Oh look, Ormy said exactly what I just said actually. And Laney thinks that you should build missile turrets versus bombers. Which, for the base mine, which I agree with that too. Not just for the bombers, but also for the extra vision for when they're bringing in corvettes. The missile turrets will have better chance of hitting them.
I agree. This is a pretty rough go of things here. And we have concession.
And that's it.
So
We're not going to go to game 3.
no game 3 needed. It is a 2-0 victory for the upper seed, Divine and LittleFinchy. So let's go ahead and merge voice chat here.
Let's see if it's an argument over the glitch.
Oh yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Alright, GG gents. Best of
GG.
3 goes to upper seed, Divine and LittleFinchy. Alright, well, we'll go into here with some post-game analysis. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and let's start with the first game here on Naboo. We'll let Star and Marsupial go ahead and comment. And, yeah, go ahead and say what you thought your analysis was of that game.
Our one issue was we weren't able to get your fighters away so we could build our base mine.
Yeah, that Han being untargetable is kind of BS.
I'm not
I
talking about
never
the Han.
remember that.
I'm talking about the how they had the X-wings that were just at the top.
Yeah, at first, yeah, those X-Wings were tough. And we went for the same kind of maneuver where we went to poke your mine. Yeah.
But why didn't you build your base mine at the beginning? Was that deliberate?
It was deliberate because we knew you would try and kill it.
Yeah.
It
So
only
we
works
didn't want
on
to waste the
Bernie.
money.
Yeah.
Because we knew you guys were gonna try and kill it, and you probably would have.
Yeah, we started with the turret,
it's a
and then
waste
when
of
we saw
money.
you exchanging and coming across the nebula, we
We
knew that
weren't- we-
there was no way
it
it
would
was
be a
going to
waste of
get
money.
built before it got destroyed.
So, yeah, it's kind of the right idea, but you kind of, it's a double-edged sword. It actually doesn't work. Like, you actually have to sink in the money to build that mine, especially if they're rushing it, because that's exactly what happens. Is that Bomber just left his X-wings there, and he just
Never
prevent. Yeah, you never got it, and Empire can't kill Rebels' base mines soon enough. So Rebels just sit there and rake in the money while Empire has nothing to show for it. So you actually have to build it in order to keep the X-wings there, so that way you can keep pressure up on the rest of the field.
Yeah. I guess so.
So
I mean, at that point, like when I saw like when I literally saw he didn't build it, I told Finchy, I was like, all right, game's over.
another issue that we saw for Empire side was there wasn't any pressure to the bottom left mine in the Nebula. We saw that Marsupial took his TIE fighter and went into the Nebula, but he did it way too late, and there was no extra support.
Well,
So-
it's not that he did it late. It's that fighter is slow.
Yeah, they literally from the spawn they went down there.
Yeah, they did go immediately.
Yeah, it's just I had to support
We're
other
slow.
areas more important
Yeah,
or deemed more important.
yeah.
What's
Uh,
more important than the mine that's already built?
Trying to get our mines up.
Correct.
So, can we like go back to the Han thing? Are you seriously gonna tell me you never saw that before?
Yeah, I never
Never.
recall that. Yeah, neither of us had ever seen that we can recall.
It makes sense that I haven't seen it because I got the
I mean-
game last year.
I
Like,
never did that.
literally, your clan member was like the most like abuser of that.
Which clan member?
Recon.
Oh, the guy that came in super late when no one was really playing anymore.
I mean, the guy
From
is
us.
considered like the best player ever to play the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is one of the.
Boba saying that a different player is better than him?
Huh?
Did Boba just say another player was better than him?
I mean,
I
yeah,
think so.
Recon is better than they did.
Yeah, we just never seen it before, and it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
See, I'm upset. My plan of listening to heavy metal music, help me up while playing, didn't work.
Yeah, sounds like
Are
a
you
more.
really doing that?
I mean, it's sort of just like I consider it like a balance thing because two ball was always beat two Hans 100% of the time. So
Yeah, but it's not targetable ever. Like, there's nothing that you can do to clear it. So
You can't kill that.
yeah, you can't kill it. You just
No,
can't
no,
kill
I-
Of
it.
course, it's gonna win.
It's
But
gonna
he
always
can't-
win.
But he can't use it on the field either.
yeah, like the issue is like
If
Yeah,
he-
but it just sits there and There's a
That's
good
it.
area
He
for
can't.
that.
He can't use it until he chooses to. We can't attack it until he chooses to.
it's
Like,
puts,
kinda like-
either way, it's putting all the cards in his hand.
Yeah, we can't build that mine because we can't. I can't even build tartans to try to clear it.
It's like we're playing poker, and this man just got dealt a king, a queen, and a jack.
I mean, Boba Bomb can reach it if you drop it there because he doesn't fly that far off the map. It just flies up. It flies off just enough, just to where you can't see it, and then it
How
pretty
many
much
Boba
just sticks
Bombs does
there.
it Take. though?
I mean, you're getting.
If only Han had some ability that made him invulnerable.
But if his
I gotta
Han
put-
is
I
stuck
gotta-
off the
I gotta put
field,
my thinking cap on for this one.
two Bobas already beat two Hans. So if one Han's off the field and you have both your Bobas, you can easily clear the rest of the map if he decides to keep him there.
yeah, like that's
What?
the thing. Like
You're forgetting we're poor.
Yeah, like it's just hiding a super powerful unit right by something that it can easily destroy. And it basically denies a section of the map
Yeah,
because we
well,
can't do anything about it.
Irritating.
Yeah, it's just
it's
irritating.
less map that we have to worry about, but it's also less map that you have to worry about.
No, because it's
Well,
our
no, 'cause
side of
we
the
need
map.
mine.
You can can you teleport things to it? Can you drop in ships from it?
Probably.
Like you're getting free access to part of the map.
Yeah, so
And
just
we
ignore
can't
that,
touch it.
that side of the
I
map.
mean,
Our
Just
base.
ignore-
You're
ignore
on
our
our
We're not gonna
base
build your
mine.
We're not going to build your base mine. You know
No, but we
Yeah,
can't
no, but
either
we
because
can't
we
get
can't
it.
clear
We
it.
can't-
Focus your energy on the other mines.
Okay.
Right. But the only reason he even did that, like the only reason he could really do that and get away with it is because the game was already over at that point.
Okay.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you say so.
if it's a zero mine game versus zero mine game, like, and I do that, I'm risking losing the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
you generally only do that. Like it's a tactical sense of like when you actually employ that strategy or tactic, excuse me. So like when your Han is dying and it's taking damage and you want to keep it alive for a little bit longer because maybe you're attacking a mine, you know, maybe you're fighting Boba Fett, so you take it off the map so that way it survives a little bit longer. Like, but at that point, like if you keep it there, then you just effectively remove it from the game. So
And that's Rebel's strongest unit at that point too.
yeah, and it's Rebel's fastest unit too. I mean, that's Han's the one that gets you across the map, and you know, that's how the Rebels scout around basically. Other than your starting X-wing units to be able to see the map, because that's Rebels' weakness is that they don't have a TIE scout, so they actually have to go somewhere in order to see it. So the problem was is that when he did it to you guys, like you said, the game was already over, and then like it seems like a much more overpowered tactic than what it actually is.
Like at that point, I believe Rebellion had 3 mines and Empire had yet to build 1 mine the whole game. It had one hadn't finished.
Yeah. It was more or less, I guess you can say, kind of a little insult to injury already there.
Building Nebulons, like that's how far ahead we were.
Yeah. But anyways, game 2, Dagobah. So Rebels had a little slower start. However, they rebounded pretty nicely. I'd say they won bottom left. They got the bottom left turret, and then top right they were contesting for a while. But then
The Boba killed it.
Yeah, but you guys, how many X-wings did you purchase before you got technology for Tech 2? Like that was
3.
3 X-wings.
3.
Yeah, that's that's too much. At that point, Boba Fett just rushes out onto the field, and you're caught teching still, and Boba Fett comes down, drops the bomb, and then just completely crushes you at that point.
And if I didn't have those X-wings, I wouldn't have won top. So it's a mute point.
Yeah, but you don't.
It's either buy the X-wings and lose that way, or don't buy the X-wings and lose because we lose the mine and they build defenses. So.
I would say instead of losing in this case, it'd be more or less contesting. Rather, you purchase that to win as soon as possible, but you weren't able to, and then they had vision anyways, and then you lost it. So it went from a hard flip of winning to losing, whereas you can just mildly contest and then nobody gets anything.
I mean, like, just because you build the turrets doesn't mean you win the side.
Right. I didn't think that Rebel had won either side because Rebels were so invested in bot left that they never got to move those fighters from bot left to kill the Empire base mine. So I wouldn't even say that they won the bottom left side because Empire just got to keep their base mine because of that.
Well, let me rephrase that. I said like in the process of like winning, not like they had won it. Specifically, they were winning it, but.
Like we don't care if they build turrets because I mean if anything that helps us because they sink more money like for something that like they gain no return in. Like we're 2 mines versus their 1 the entire game, and they sink they bought 2 turrets bottom left. So I mean that's a lot of money to invest to have no mine for it.
Yeah, I think the other issue too, as we pointed out in the stream. Was I mean, you guys did a good strategy first for Empire in this case, where you took the bomber and you rushed the base mine because you caught it right in production. So
yeah, that was good.
That was a very heads-up tactic there. But we noticed that the Rebels upper left mine, you guys didn't build that right away. Did you just happen to forget about it, or did you? Because you guys sent a unit right off the get-go there.
That was him. He was in charge of that.
No, I was just reserving that money if I needed it for the bottom left mine.
Gotcha.
Well, we should.
Hello? What?
I think Star just cut off there.
Nope, I'm here.
I'll just repeat what you said, because
I cut myself off.
So I wouldn't ever not build. Like that mine is the farthest away from the enemy, and it's in a nebula. I would never not build that just for the anticipation of building something else on the field. You can always ask your partner to shift Y too if you need more money.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think that's pretty straightforward there. GG's Divine LittleFinchy. You guys advance next to play Ormy and Zerns next. Hopefully you guys play Naboo so Vernie can throw. Marsupial and Star, you guys drop to the lower bracket. You will be playing Captain Patty and Sky Guy next.
I like it how there's a lower bracket for the upper bracket.
Well, it's a double elimination tournament, so the upper bracket is your first go around. The lower bracket is the
redemption bracket.
Yeah.
It's that bracket's there to exist, so when Zerns loses to Scrub round 1, he can get 4th place still.
Before Realm bops him.
All right. Well, with that, gentlemen, do you have anything else you'd like to add here?
Nope.
Well, good game.
Not really. GG.
GG.
All right, then. So we'll wrap up this stream here. So best of luck with your future matches. Thanks for everyone tuning in. We will have this uploaded to YouTube as well shortly. So until next time, we'll see you later.